So this is like my first time speaking openly about this pretty much forever and ever outside of like official people and such great detail to kind of a platform, whatever. Basically, I just want to clear up a few misunderstandings or whatever. First of all, just thanks to Toki, Mickey, Emily for bringing up the topic of disabled gamers on Twitter and such. It got me thinking about it, and then seeing stuff like The Quiet Place, Deaf Girl, and The Walking Dead this season, so got me thinking about it a little bit. This is something I've really never spoken before so openly for reasons. You'll need to speak about it and bring awareness to it. So basically, I when I was born, I was completely deaf, so I have no hearing at all. But thankfully, I was born in an era where the technology for like hearing aids and cochlear implants was booming. So I was really lucky to be born in that era and then be able to recover from my hearing. Basically, I have no hearing in my left ear at all. That's why if I'm talking to people, I'd be kind of like consciously going to your right side just to get the best accuracy of what you're saying to me. But on my right, I have a cochlear implant that I call it hearing aid. It's just a more universal term, but it's a bit more fancy than that. It's a cochlear implant. Basically, what it is, picks up sounds from the environment, processes it within the cochlear implant, and then it stimulates it. So basically, there's like a magnet where when I was born, I had like a little operation to insert a little piece of metal, and that makes it stick into my head. So it's like a magnet kind of thing. So basically, if I don't have it on, I just have nothing. I cannot hear anything at all. I don't know how to describe that experience because hopefully most of you will never experience it, but just complete silence, and this is what it looks like anyway. So there's that magnet bit there. This is where it picks up the sound, and this is the battery anyway. So um right now I have no hearing at all, so it does have its pros. It's not completely awful. It does have its pros, like I can sleep anywhere I want without being disturbed. Um the history, so I wasn't able to speak at all until I was 4. I don't know, most kids start talking at 1 or 1.5 or something. It took me till about years of 4 or whatever that I was able to speak, and then I had to go to a lot of speech therapy as a kid. Like growing up, I had to go to a lot of speech therapy just to be able to speak fluently. But despite that, school was fine for me. I still had top marks in school. I went to normal primary school. I went to normal secondary school, college. I still had really good marks. So uh, why I brought up this topic is when I meet people in person, I can kind of come across as maybe rude or dumb, or well, I am awkward, but I can't come across as awkward. But I just want to say, like, it's not intentional, because when something is said to me, I do have to take a little bit of time to process what was just said to me and then respond. And but I have this horrible habit that some people just scold me for it, and they should, deservedly so. That if I don't hear what was said properly, I would kind of guess what was said and then give an answer, which can be like totally random or off topic or whatever. So if it's clear, I don't know what you say, just give out to me or just tell me. Um, no, it does have some kind of downsides, like not being able to hear full conversations verbally. Most cases it's fine, but there are some cases where I do struggle quite a bit. So there's stuff like OST and media like games or movies or whatever. I can never pick up the music. So if you were to show me tech and music or whatever, I wouldn't recognize it probably. But like songs is fine though. Like lyrical songs are fine. It's just like instrumental stuff that I can't really pick up on. So I wouldn't really recognize like 90% of stuff, even though I've been hearing it for years or whatever. Like video games or whatever. Some stuff like I can't wear it in pools, obviously, or I can't wear it in the shower. But despite that, I was still like the top swimmer in my class in primary school. So like it doesn't affect me physically or intellectually. It doesn't affect me really. It's just obviously it's tiny bit physically, but intellectually and physically it doesn't affect me for nearly any part. But it's just simply some accents are pretty hard for me. Some maybe group conversations can be rough for me, where I have to like really exert focus to pick up on what's being said. So that's why I can kind of seem a bit tired or slightly frustrated. That's me like concentrating really to pick up what's being said. So if I come across as rude, it is not intentional. It's nothing to do with you. Just it's just me kind of being tired and picking up stuff constantly. So it doesn't really affect me in fighting games at all. This is why I never talk about it, because it doesn't really affect me in fighting games. The only case where it would be is like if execution stuff or reactionary stuff requires audio cues. Obviously that doesn't really work for me, but I don't think that's such a really rare situation anyway, so it's doesn't affect me too much. Because I don't, the reason why I don't really talk about it at all is because I don't want people to think that I'm overcoming obstacles, or I don't want pity. That's exactly why I don't talk about it, because I don't want pity over it or anything. But like when I was a kid in school, I refused any assistance, any extra care, any assistance, any special treatment. I refused all that. I had a normal student life. I had norm in primary, secondary, and college. I had a normal life. So and I still got through all that, with top marks. So it didn't really affect me there. So I thought, okay, there's no point in talking about it. But it has, like, I'm sure that people are wondering, like, what is this thing in your ear? Or you do come across as like rude or whatever sometimes, maybe, which like again is not intentional. But basically, yeah, I just want to cover that. Hopefully people can understand my position a bit more, and like, and if you have questions about it, like, ask me. Like, don't be polite or anything. Just ask me, because trust me, there's nothing you will ask that I haven't heard before. So I don't really care. But yeah, but I've just like big pride thing, which is why I never really talked about it before. But I think that I read Emily's Toki Mickey Emily's whole Twitter feed over disabled gamers. I really thought, okay, maybe I should give my input on it and then clear up misunderstandings for people who've met me in events in person. So just hope they don't get the wrong impression of me, or maybe understand my situation a bit more. I'm really that's really it. I'll have to say thanks for listening and watching, and hopefully you understand me a bit more.